Hi guys, I hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about food, nutrition, recovery, etc. To help fuel and aid your training. There's so much charlatans out there trying to make money out of you on this topic. You know, if they can confuse you, they can make money out of you. So you've got people talking about like keto diets, you've got people talking about Atkins diets, fasting, all this stuff, and actually a lot of it is just confusion. So I'm going to break it down to you really simply and as quick as possible. We're going to cover how to lose weight, how to gain weight, what to eat for fueling workouts, how to build muscle or increase muscle or retain muscle, and also just recovery, a few recovery tips. So first one, how to lose weight. So the only scientific way to do it is being in a calorie deficit. And the best way to work this out, or the most simplest way, is to get your body weight in pounds. So say I weigh 200 pounds, and then what I'm going to do is, depending on how active I am, I'm going to either use 10, 11, and 12. So I'm going to times my weight. So for instance, I weigh 200 pounds. If I'm not very active, I'm going to times that by 10. And then my calories is 2,000 a day. If I'm a bit more active, I'll times it by 11. And then if I'm really active, I'll times it by 12. And that's roughly, is the big word here, roughly, how many calories I should be on a day to lose weight. If you're losing too much weight too quickly, i.e. over like 1 or 2 pounds a week, then we need to increase your calories and not lose that too much. Obviously, if you're morbidly obese and you're like 30 stone, then it's fine to be losing that much. But if you're like sort of like 80, 90 kilos, something like that, you don't want to be losing more than max 2 pounds a week, and even that's high. So that's roughly the guide. So what you would do is, if you're losing weight too quickly, I'd add like 200 calories extra a day on it, test it each week, and like, oh yeah, I'm losing too much, add a bit more on. If you're not losing enough at that weight, at those calories, then drop the calories by like 100, 200 calories a day for a week and see where we're at. So in order to gain weight, and we're looking to gain beneficial tissue, not fatty tissue, so we're looking at muscle, we basically do body weight in pounds. So say I'm 200 pounds again, and then I either times that by 15 if I'm a bit more sedentary, 16 or 17 if I'm really active, and that will give me my rough calories per week that I'm trying to hit. Calories per day that I'm trying to hit in order to gain weight. And again, test and adjust. If you're gaining too much too quickly, drop the calories by like 100, 200 a day. And if you're not gaining enough, add it by 200 calories a day until you are hitting it. So for some people, that won't even touch the sides, and you'll need to increase your calories a lot more. If you need help with this, just message me on Instagram's Complete Commando. We go in then into protein. So I really want you to focus on your protein. So if you're training hard, especially for the military, or you're doing lots of resistance training, CrossFit, etc., then you need to be hitting at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So again, if I weigh 200 pounds, I'm looking at 200 grams of protein per day. Really important that you're hitting that to keep muscle growth, and if you're in a deficit, then obviously to retain muscle, so we're not losing too much. All right, so that's gaining, losing, and maintaining body weight. Obviously, to retain it, you'd be between the 10, 11, or 12 times your body weight, and 15, 16, 17. So you're looking at about like 13 to 14 times your body weight times 13 or 14 is roughly your daily calories, and again, you adjust it to maintain that weight. Cool. So carbs are super important. A lot of people get rid of them, thinking, well, I'm going to lose loads of weight really quickly, so I'm going to get rid of my carbs. And carbs is your energy. So what happens when you drop your carbs out completely is you actually lose a lot of water, because carbs retain water. And so people go, right, man, I've lost 10 pounds this week because I've dropped carbs out. And it's like, you haven't lost 10 pounds of fat, you've lost like probably 10 pounds of water. And obviously, if you're knocking out an entire macros food group, you're bound to lose weight. So if I knock out protein or I knock out fats, I'm bound to lose weight. But what's going to happen is you're going to lose loads of energy. Carbs is our body's preferred fuel, and so we need to, especially if we're training hard for like the Marines or the military or fighting, we need to keep carbs in. It's all right for people who sat in a 9 to 5 job not doing much to cut carbs, but if you're working and training hard, then keep carbs in. All right. So as long as, and we're staying inside those calories that we were hitting earlier that I've given you. Um, on top of that, so sleep, recovery, so important that you're hitting 8. If you're on COD at 3 in the morning, waking up and trying to train, then you're like, oh, I'm not improving, I don't know why not. It's like, well, obviously your body is broken because you're getting rid of the sleep, which is really important. It's a military tactic for a reason, sleep deprivation in recruit training, because it breaks you. And so they want to see, what are you like when you're broken? What are you like when the toothpaste is at, the absolute, they're squeezing everything out of you that they can. How are you going to react? So don't be doing it to yourself. Don't be putting yourself in a place of sleep deprivation. It's foolishness. It's something I'd done previously, and it ruins your training, it ruins your gains, and it's not beneficial to do. What else? Pretty much it. Like, to go any more in depth, I jump on our programs or our one-to-one service, or DM me. I'm always happy to give free advice to a certain point. But they're the basics that are going to really help you. Make sure you're getting loads of fluid in you. So don't be just get it in you, especially if you're training hard, especially if the weather is hotter and all that, and that's going to help everything really. Our bodies are like majority water, so if you're dehydrated, then you're gonna break yourself. Hopefully that's helpful, guys, and remember to subscribe, and don't be afraid to drop me a message. Cheers.